Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Devyai Mahadevai Shivayai Satatan Namaha Nama Prakrutyai Bhadrayai Niyata Prunata Smatam Raudrayai Namo Nityayai Gauryai Dhatrei Namo Namaha Josnayai Chendurupinyai Sukhayai Satatan Namaha Kalyanyai Pranata Vruddhai Siddhai Kurmo Namo Namaha Nairyutte Bhubhrutam Lakshmai Sharvanyai Te Namo Namaha Durgayai Durgaparayai Sarayai Sarvakarinyai Khyatyi Tathaiva Krishnayai Dhumrayai Satatan Namaha Ati Saumyati Rudrayai Natatasai Namo Namaha Namo Jagat Pratishthayai Devyai Krutte Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vishnu Mayeti Shabdita Namastasai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chetanetya Vidhiyate Namastasai 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 Namo Namaha Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupe Nidra Rupena, Kshuddha Rupena, Chaya Rupena, Shakti Rupena, Trishna Rupena, Kshanti Rupena, Jati Rupena, Lajja Rupena, Shanti Rupena, Shraddha Rupena, Kanti Rupena, Lakshmi Rupena, Vritti Rupena, Smriti Rupena, Daya Rupena, Tushti Rupena, Matru Rupena, Bhranti Rupena Samsthita. When we think of goddess and the picture comes before us, human mind cannot comprehend the formless reality. Mind can survive only if there is data with reference to time, space, and object. But the truth is beyond time, space, and object. How to solve this riddle? Kenopanishad says, Na tatra chakshuru gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yatha etat anushishyat. These are the only instruments we have. The senses, the organs of action, the mind, the intellect, but all of them are important. Yato vacho anivartante aprapya manasasaha. They are all important. And yet we have to know this divine power, which is the foundation of our life. How to solve this riddle? See, this riddle is something like this. Unless one knows swimming, one should not jump into the water. Common sense. Unless you jump into the water, you can't know swimming. Super common sense. Then what is to be done? Write notes. How to swim. So we have to break this law somewhere. See? We have to break this law. And for that, our great masters, our scriptures have presented the whole theme of the formless, taking support of the forms so that we go beyond forms. See the beauty? It is something like the pole vault jump. You can't go to that height. So we take a post in our hand, start running, fix it in the right place, in the right manner, and just go up there where we normally could not go. Thereafter, we discard it and then go the other side. See? The same technique is used in our scriptures to make us aware that the divine potentiality is dormant in every one of us. We are not born in this world to be a failure. Success is easier than failure. See? Happiness is easier than misery. Try to be miserable all the time, you will fail. It is not possible. And therefore we have to invoke this divine power. And for that, there are many techniques given. First technique is, suppose I have to start from Ahmedabad to Delhi. So I Google this destination. And in the destination, Bombay doesn't come. Because when I am starting my journey from our Ahmedabad, how Bombay will come? No, but I heard the other day somebody said, if you have to go to Delhi, you have to start from Bombay. Are Dumbo, where are you? See? In the same manner, if we want to invoke this divine power, let us not go directly into meditation. Many people have this problem. Suddenly they want to start meditation, and their meditation is what? Sitting in the most uncomfortable and unenviable posture and waiting for the time to be over. See? You know, in our Puranas, these stories come, that there was such and such Rakshasa. He did meditation and tapasya for 10,000 years. And he invoked Brahmaji or Lord Vishnu, etc. One wise person like you came and told me this. Swamiji, I don't believe in this. So I called him and told in his ear, I also don't believe. You know, the simplest way to disagree with somebody is to agree immediately. Why waste your time? See? So when he came with such a force that I will defend, I don't defend. Why should I? I am not advocate of Devi. It's okay. नहीं तो नहीं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Again, after 2 days, he came. Swamiji, I think I have started believing that those Rakshasas or the demons, they could sit for 10,000 years of meditation and invoke all the powers. Like Ravana had all the powers. I believe. I said, very good. You also become Ravana. He said, do you know how I believed? I said, I don't know. Nor I want to know, but I want to tell. I said, okay, then I'll suffer silently, tell me. And he started telling. He said, Swamiji, after I met you, I got inspired. Normally, when people meet me, they get perspired. I don't know why he got inspired. He got perspired. So he got inspired and went, and he sat for meditation. And after sitting for meditation for a very long time, he got up and he saw, oh, I thought I have been doing meditation for 300 years, but it is only 3 seconds. And then he said, I could know the time scale on which we practice meditation and the time scale on which we live. They are different time scales. It's not the same time scale. See? Einstein's law of relativity. When you are in a company of a young person, the time passes without knowledge. But if there is somebody 78 not out, you don't know, कि पता नहीं गाड़ी बंद तो नहीं होगी. The time doesn't pass. So, when we want to invoke this divine potentiality in us, let us not start straight away from meditation. That is not the right way. My hunger is satiated after eating 4th chapati. This was my observation. So one day I thought, why am I wasting time? So I kept 4 chapatis, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 4th chapati I ate first. But hunger was not satiated. I said, what happened now? Every day when I take the 4th chapati, the hunger is satiated. But today, I took the fourth chapati first, but hunger is not satiated. What is the problem? See, the same way, when we really want to achieve success in life, what is required is, first of all, we have to deserve success. See? There is no quota for success. There is no reservation. There is only deserve, no reserve. And for that, how do we deserve that? So there are two aspects in our personality. One is the availability of potentiality for all of us is common. See, all of us have got these two factors common. One, infinite potentiality. And second, infinite time. But the question is, are we using the infinite time at our disposal properly? So out of the 100 years of life, 50 years go in darkness, nights. And out of the remaining 50 years during the day, 50% goes in sleeping. See? And then we say, I don't know, we don't get time to do anything. Friends, invoking the spirit of the Divine Mother means the ability to utilize your total potentiality within a limited period of time. And this will not happen as an accident. This has to be planned. And that planning is called as invoking the Mother's blessings. See? One day I was in Shimla, winter time, and sitting in my room and complaining. Because that is my specialty. I can complain about anything, anywhere. So I was complaining. See, this sun is so useless. I am not being, showered with his warmth. And other people on the road, they are getting nice sunlight. But I am not getting. Now, who can help me? I am not ready to go out of my room. In the same manner, the divine blessings are available for every one of us. We are not invoking them. And for the invocation of the divine blessings, two things are required. One thing, remove the negativities and invoke the positivities. And what is the meaning of removal of the negativities? A very simple technique I'll tell you. See, last time when I came here, I was told to speak on woman empowerment. I said, I don't talk on such stupid subjects. I said, you give me any subject, I will talk whatever I have to talk. You can't catch my tongue. And then I spoke on woman, not empowerment, woman as a strength. Power corrupts, strength is creative. See? We are not strength hungry, we are power hungry. See? So, Mother Durga is the inner strength. And when this inner strength is associated with cheer, joy and happiness, the same strength becomes a creative force. And when the same inner strength is associated with depression, dejection, vengeance, frustration, bitterness, the same strength becomes a power of a terrorist. See? A person who is doing great penance and a person who is killing innocent people for no reason, both of them are invoking the same divine power. But power is not different. So what we have to do, that we have to become conscious of these factors in us, that the divine power that we are invoking, is it being used for creativity or for destruction? See? And if we are aware of this fact, that the divine power the Lord has given us is for creativity, how it can happen? It can happen only under one condition. It is something like this. You must have seen, when my own child is good for nothing. Normally, this is the truth. Like, when I go to so many houses, you must have heard Al-Qaeda. Have you heard Al-Bum? So whenever I go to many people's house, Swamiji did not come for our marriage, and thereafter we had children, you have never come. So now here is Al-Bum. And when you open that Al-Bum, then they will start telling. Tube light jal gayi. And when they start that album, then they will start telling, Swamiji, he is so intelligent and he asks very stupid questions. See? So, because it is my child, when I see myself reflected in my child, then even the foolishness is glorified as wisdom, is it not? See? Therefore, if we are invoking the divine power, potentiality, creativity in us, it can be a creative power only if we are able to see ourselves reflected in the total world. See? Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmannevanupashyati sarva bhutasthamaatmanam na tato vijugupsate. Ishavasya Shruti says, when we are able to see ourselves reflected in all and all in us, there cannot be vijugupsa, means hatred or bitterness or destructive spirit. So there are two things. One is invocation of the divine power and supported by the wisdom. See? Yesterday or day before yesterday, in Colorado, USA, somebody came with a gun and shot, tack, 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 tack. So you have the power. But do you have the wisdom to use the power? And therefore, when we are invoking the Mother Durga for destroying the evils in us, and what is the evil? Evil is seeing otherness. Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati. As long as we have this notion that somebody is other than me, somebody is inferior than me, somebody is better than me, there is bound to be a struggle. There cannot be bliss. There will be a rubbing in the wrong direction, leading into not bliss, but blisters. See? Therefore, friends, invocation of the divine power forms the path of devotion or upasana. And only the path of devotion and upasana is not enough. It is to be substantiated by the study of the Vedanta, which will give us a vision. Again, if you take Ishavasya, the first mantra gives us the vision. Ishavasya vidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. So when I am able to see the divinity pulsating in and through the things and beings, I will have only one attitude towards the world, and that of respect and reverence. So when I look at the world with respect and reverence, I cannot be a destructive force. See? Therefore, invocation of the Mother's blessings is to be understood in two aspects. One aspect is we have to have a self-discipline. During this Navratri, many people take vratam. That I will not eat this, I will not eat this, afterwards I will take the revenge. Isn't it? Many people ask me, Swami, you don't observe this Navratri? I said, no. You don't observe Ekadashi? I said, no. Shivratri? I said, no. But normally Mahatmas do that. I said, who told you I am Mahatma? I am CH Atma. CH Atma is Chota Atma. I am not a Mahatma. I am all right. Then what is your principle? I said, my principle is keep the stomach full and head empty. Normally, these people who are following this fast, they keep the stomach empty and head full of food, constantly thinking of food. See? So when we are practicing these austerities, now be very attentive. What exactly happens? In Taittiriya Upanishad, Bhrugurvai Varunihi Pitaram Upasasara, he goes to his father and asks, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti, O Bhagavan, O God, O Lord, kindly teach me about the Brahman. And when he is told, Prana, Chakshu, etc., etc., and then he goes and starts his spiritual practice. What he does? Sa tapo tapyata, sa tapas taptva. The highest spiritual practice to invoke the inner potentiality to manifest as a force is called as tapasya. And when we do tapasya, what happens? Suppose I am standing on two legs comfortably like this, here and there. It is not called as tapasya. But I am standing only on one leg, and that too on one pillar, and the hands up in the air. Oh my God, Mahatapasvi. Isn't it? Now what I have done in that? In tapasya, you give up your natural status. Isn't it? You give up your natural status. And therefore, what these tapasvis do? Agre vanni prushte bhanau ratrau chubuka samarpita janau. Or jatilo mundi lunchita kesha kashayambara bahugruta vesha. These are all tapasya. Normal people put decent clothes. We put abnormal clothes. Therefore, when we do tapasya, exactly what it means, to invoke the blessings of the mother so that the negativities are removed. What are the negativities in us? Mukesh Bhai has enumerated Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, 6 of them. The real negativities in us are 2. 1, we imagine that we cannot live without something or without somebody. It is not true. During our Chaturmas, normally people give up onion and garlic. Isn't it? And after the Chaturmas is over, in Bombay they do Kande Navami. And that day they will add the onion even in the tea. For 4 months we have not eaten, isn't it? See? Now what is the meaning of not taking onion or garlic for 4 months? There is no enmity towards onion and garlic. The meaning is, we have a wrong notion. If you want to make a Punjabi mother miserable to cook food for me, I tell, Amma, please don't put onion, garlic and tomato. She stands like a statue. Because a Punjabi cannot think beyond these 3. Like Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, onion, garlic, tomato. Bas. Then how to cook without that? So this our wrong notion that the things are necessary for life. These wrong notions make us slave to this world. Sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham, etad vidyat samasena lakshanam sukha dukkhayoho. Dependence is the highest crime. So what the tapasya does? Tapasya gives us this experimental evidence that if I do not die without eating onion, garlic for 4 months, I will continue to live and destroy more onion and garlic. See? So the first thing that we have to recognize that in this world, nothing is important. You have that potentiality to discover that you are not a creeper. See? Then only we will be able to achieve something. The other day when I was coming from US, unknowingly I booked my ticket on 9/11. So when I went to the airport with my friend and all that, and there was not much rush, because first earlier 1 week, the whole TV was only talking about 9/11, 9/11, those two jets coming and attacking on the WTC, and the whole America, Europe is paranoid, completely frustrated. So one of my friends asked me, Swamiji, how come you have booked only on this day of all the days? I said, the reason is very simple. When you die alone, after that, kahan jana hai? Whom will you ask? No company. And here, suppose 100 of you died together because of the blast in the plane. Together we go, let us go. I have company. See how beautiful it is. See. Therefore, the first and most important thing in our life is this. We have to discover independence. Let us not be slave to anything in this world. See, in Europe, when I go, all my contacts, friends, they are all Europeans, not a single Indian. So there my food is pasta, bread, butter, bread, pasta, bread, butter. And when I get into, again, British Airways, and they give you the vegetarian food, and aha, Brahmanandam, Paramasukhadam, what a joy it is, you know. But then how can you survive without good food in Europe? Are we going to Europe to eat food that we are anyway doing in India? Think. Therefore, the first most important tapasya in life is not torturing, but discover freedom. That nothing in this world can enslave you. See? Then the first negativity, the first evil in every one of us is this. See? Without this, how can I do? Without it, I can, in Hindi there is a saying, Nach na jane angan teda. Those who have complaints, they are not capable of doing anything. Like many people ask this question, Swamiji, you know, we have understood everything and it is okay for you to be happy, but now get married and show how to be happy. So what they mean? They mean marriage is a license to be miserable. So what I can do? Tathastu, continue. See, once we recognize the importance, the sadhana happens. You don't have to struggle. See, I was talking to somebody. We have understood the importance of earning money. Therefore, do we complain, earning money is very difficult, Baba, therefore I am not going to earn money? No, we discover many techniques how to earn the money. Because we have importance of the money. In the same manner, when we discover the importance of removal of the evils from our system, we will practice it without compulsion. See? How simple it is. But the question is, what is the evil? Now, evil, we can give a big list, but I will not give the list, I will give the principle. So the first principle is dependence. Now see how it is. Suppose while taking food, I like a particular thing. This happened in a Marwadi family in Calcutta. Calcutta is full of Marwaris. So when I was taking food in their house, and Marwaris ladies never cook. It is the gents, they call it Maharaj or Panditji, they cook. So I was taking food and my friend was sitting. And there was something wrong in the cooking. Either there was somewhere dal got burnt and there was more of salt or something. And my friend got so angry, very angry. After that was over. Next day again. Next day the food was really, really good. Now enjoy. Again he got angry. I said, now let me see his genius. Yesterday the food was bad, so he was angry, it is okay. Now today the food is good. Why he is angry? You know what was his anger? जब तुमको इतना अच्छा बनाना आता है तो कल क्यों नहीं बनाया? अरे राम! This is evil. So, once we understand, yes, sometime it happens. So, like in somebody's house I went, and when I went home in Bombay, then that lady phoned me, Swamiji, you never told me, I'm so sorry. I said, what happened? There is only salt in the dal and there is only mirchi in the sabji. How did you eat it? I said, I have made a cocktail of them and eating. What is the problem? It happens sometime. See? Therefore, friends, dependence has to be discarded as evil from our system. Take any dependence. When you discover this independence, you become a creative force. Now the second evil in every one of us is lack of self-confidence. I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. Why can't you? Everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. And for that is these various vratas we are told. That on Ekadashi you are not supposed to eat, and you declare, I am going to observe Ekadashi. Now I heard Swamiji and it is a good vratam. And you know the secret, Ekadashi is observed for Dvadashi. Isn't it? Ekadashi is never done for the sake of Ekadashi. The Mahatmya of Ekadashi is because of Dvadashi. Khane ko badhiya milta hai. So when you declare that you are going to observe Ekadashi, Vratam, fast, and on the 10th day itself, Dashami, we eat sufficient so that we should survive for the next 24 hours. And then on Dwadashi, we take again double because we have not taken for the last 24 hours. Yet, if you do it once successfully, you know what happens? You develop confidence. Hey, I can do this. What is the second evil? Lack of self-confidence. See, I'll give one or two examples. I went to this Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra. And the parikrama of Kailash Mount is 55 kilometers. And it is above 18,000 feet. You don't get physically tired, but your lungs don't function because there is no oxygen. So it is very, very tiring. You just can't take 10 steps in a row. So there was one old lady with me. And everybody told her, you don't come. So she came to me, Swamiji, everybody is telling me. But I think I'll be able to walk because you are with me. I said, Mama, come. Don't stop. And although she was old, she was overweight, she followed me, came with me all through. And the so-called young people, they were far behind. What is the importance? This self-confidence. You can and you must. So once you develop this self-confidence, you have invoked Mother Durga in you. See? Because, like the mantra I read, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Chetanetya Vidhiyate. Sarvabhuteshu Ya Chetana iti Abhidhiyate. In all the beings, it is the consciousness that is called as the Mother Goddess. Now see, the same mind expresses through the eyes as vision. The same mind expresses through the ears as hearing. The same mind expresses through the rasana as the organ of taste. And so on. In the same manner. The same conscious reality, the same Chetana Satta, the same conscious existence expresses through every body, be it human being, animals, plants, HIV virus, computer virus, or illogical virus called as ego. It is the same conscious reality. Now be very attentive. When somebody loses his sight, the mind still functions and mind knows now there is no sight. So nothing happens to the mind when the expression of the mind through an instrument is not possible on account of something wrong with the instrument. In the same manner, nothing happens to this conscious existence when a particular body is destroyed. Invocation of this conscious existence as the real force in us, and thereby no more living as a body, but living through the body. No more living as a prana, but living through the prana. No more living as a mind, but living through the mind. No more living as an intellect, but functioning through the intellect, but as the consciousness. So when we start living as consciousness, all the differences disappear. Be very attentive. Because it is one mind which is functioning through all the senses. There is no competition among the senses. There is no jealousy. There is no feeling good or bad. One day it happened with me. I was taking food and I liked mirch, masala, chutney, papad, everything I like. Because anyway I am CH Atma, why worry? So, when I was taking food, my eyes started complaining. See, this tongue is getting every time nice food to taste. Achar, chutney, mirch, masala, oh, but I had to only see, I can't taste. So when my eyes were crying, I told, never mind darling, I'll give you chutney. And I took the chutney and put in the eyes and eat. Think. Why there is no competition among the senses? Because all the senses are the expression of the same mind. See? In the same manner, when we are able to recognize that all of us are the expressions of the same consciousness, you will invoke this divine Mother Durga in the form of a creative force. And what is the creative force? Creative force is not being the Indian crabs. Do you know the story of Indian crabs? So when you put few Indian crabs in a jar, you don't have to cover them. They will never run away. Because when one goes up, the other pulls it, come down. See? And when the negative forces like jealousy, matsarya means what? The word is very technical and simple and beautiful. Matsarya means mattaha sarati iti bhavaha matsarya. मेरे से आगे जा रहा देखते. No. And thus, when our energy is not wasted in jealousy, in competition, in destroying others, then that energy is available to us for creativity. Therefore, friends, invocation of Mother Durga and her blessing in every one of us is these two factors. One, discover independence. And second, discover self-confidence. See? And once we discover independence, you will see sky is the limit. Nothing can hold you back. There was a friend of mine from Assam, he is no more. He said, Swamiji, I want to come with you to Rajasthan. I was coming from that side. I said, come. And he was eating that tambul. You know, Assamese and Bengalis, they eat tambul, that kacha type of supari and the leaf. So he was eating every day at least 30-40 of them. And that kacha supari is so strong that even minus 40 degree, you will start perspiring. It is so, ericolin is very strong in that. So he packed a big bag with, those suparis and everything. And we came, and somehow or the other, he lost the bag on the way. Immediately from Delhi, he went back by flight. He says, Swamiji, I cannot come without that. I can't survive. Look here. So much dependence. Therefore, invocation of these mother's blessing is discover these two principles in your life. You are not a slave of anything or anybody in this world. See? Like Tilak is to say, Swatantra is our birthright. Valmiki Maharshi says, Anyatha santam atmanam anyatha pratipadyate kim tena na krutam papam chorena atma apahana. We are essentially divine, but we start behaving like a devil, constantly dependent on somebody or something. And therefore, one part of our life to invoke the blessings of Ma Durga is this. We have to be self-disciplined. And in that self-discipline, tapasya is the technique. And what is tapasya? Tapasya is readiness to give up something before somebody has to tell you. Very, very important. Like, when I come here for lecture, I know before anybody has to tell me, will you, Swami, please shut up, enough now. Before that, I should have a wisdom to keep my mouth shut. Is it not? In the same manner, before the world has to tell us, we have to discover our freedom. And then only we are invoking that mother's blessing in us. Don't imagine that way. One day one person asked me about our Kali Mata. Swamiji, what is this kind of your gods are there? They have got all the weapons in their hands and all that, Particularly Kali Mata, so many weapons, so many hands, and then Mundamala. What is that? I said, it is something like this, We have given all the weapons in the hands of the God because they have got wisdom. When the weapons are taken by the human beings without wisdom, they become a destructive force. See, weapons are the strength, and they must be wielded only by the wise, not the otherwise. But when the otherwise wield the power, it becomes a destructive force. And what is that Devi or Kali Mata or Durga? These are all the things which are meant for us to recognize the truth. Now, understand this way. This Durga Mata or Kali Mata, she has got about 50 heads in a garland kind of thing. These are the 50 alphabets of Sanskrit. And what is the world? World is nothing but the names and the forms. When you are snoring away, what is called as a deep sleep, or let us put it the other way, sound sleep. Snoring away in a deep sleep is called as a sound sleep, wherein we have the sleep and sound we distribute. Now in that sound sleep, there is neither form nor name. What is our name that time? And what is our form? Whether we are man or woman, young or old, beautiful or awful, nothing. Because name and forms, they disappear, and with the disappearance of the names and the forms, the world disappears. But we don't disappear. There is no experience of our absence. This subtle truth is indicated through that beautiful form of the Mother Kali or the Durga, wherein she is standing with the tongue out, that is the name or the words. And which are the words? A, A, I, I, Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, all those alphabets. And below is Lord Shiva. And where is this potentiality existing? Potentiality supported by the unmanifest conscious existence. To make this subtle point cognizable by us, all these gods are presented in this manner. Now what we have to understand, till we are able to recognize it subjectively, we have to invoke the Mother Goddess in the form of worship. Because human mind cannot function without any data. See? Suppose I tell you about something which is called as Hadabbu. Do you know Hadabbu? No, I don't know. Hadappu is very simple. What is that? See, it has got a nose like the elephant trunk and the legs like that of a rat, and the tail is like that of a horse, and the voice is like that of a donkey, and the eyes are like that of an owl. What is that Hadabbu? Now, next time I ask you Hadabbu, yes, we know. Why? Now data is there, isn't it? So mind cannot function without data. Be very attentive. And what is the data with which the mind functions? Only the names and the forms. Is it not? Therefore, the moment the child is born, the first thing, iska naam kya rakhna hai? XYZ? No. And if you are a Gujarati, a very difficult name. See, if you go to South India, their names are very simple. Rama, Krishna, Shankara, Govinda, Narayana. No, you don't have to think about it. Here they will Google. Isn't it? And then they will find out. Let us put the name Asha or Mamata. These are the diseases of mind, Asha and Mamata. So they name their children with the diseases. So once somebody delivered a baby girl, and Swamiji, what is the name to be given? I said, what is the word came out? The word came out very peculiar. We are not able to get it. What is the word? Dysentery. But how can we keep the name of dysentery? When you can keep Mamata. Mamata is the rogue, isn't it? Except in Bengal. Or is it a rogue? Really? So that is why the whole Bhagavad Gita, if you take, Bhagavad Gita deals only with this disease of mamata. Mamaka pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Therefore, the whole world is nothing but these two parameters, name and the form. Now be very attentive. When name and the form are predominantly important for us, we are living in the kingdom of the Shakti, Durga, Kali, or the potentiality. And when we are one with the Lord Shiva, the absolute conscious existence, then the whole world is absorbed. And this is going on incessantly, non-stop. And once our attention goes on this conscious existence, then this world becomes a big drama. See, there is not a single problem in this relative world which can have an absolute solution. And in the absolute reality, there is not a single problem to be solved. See. Therefore, when we are living in the relative world, we have to invoke this spirit of Mother Durga so that we are able to remove the negativities. See, there was a great Mahatma, and he had a rule, like I have a rule. I don't stay anywhere more than 1 week. Therefore, I am a weakling, not a strongling. So, he had a rule that when he goes to sleep, he will have nothing with him. Everything he will clear off and sleep. One day when he got up and he just lifted his bed sheet and wanted to fold, there he found one 10 paisa coin. Oh God, it was with me whole night. I think that's why I didn't get good sleep. Now what to do with this 10 paisa? Let me give it to some needy person. See? Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tataha sukha leshas satyam putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti. So he started thinking, now this 10 paisa I have to give to somebody who is needy. And then he saw the king of that kingdom was going to attack the next kingdom. So he asked, what is happening? Don't you know our king is going to attack and get more wealth for us? Oh, very good. I have found out the right person. And he went, oh, king, please wait. I wanted to give this thing to some poor, needy person. You don't have whatever with you as sufficient. Therefore, you go and attack others for petrol. See? Therefore, friends, if we are living in this relative world, we have to have very clear understanding. Like our Mahatma Gandhi used to say, there is enough for everybody in this world, but the whole world is not enough for the greed of even one. Need is satisfied. Greed can never be satisfied. Therefore, what is the evil with which we have to fight within? We have to give up this greedy attitude towards life. And we can give up the greedy attitude towards life only when I am able to be happy in the prosperity of others. Very simple technique. The other day somebody asked me this question. I was in BARC few days before, and there they had asked me to talk on yoga. So I said, okay, I'll talk on attitude yoga. And there, when I was talking to them, this topic came, Swami, but we have never heard anywhere attitude yoga. I said, yes, you have not heard, therefore I am talking on that. But what is that? I said, you have to only change your attitude, not posture. If you can sit in a particular posture for 2 hours, there is peace in the world. But there is misery inside you. See, what is required is change the attitude. And once the attitude changes, you are invoking the divine spirit in you. See? So, after my talk was over, one person came, Swamiji, can you tell us the secret of your happiness? I said, the secret of my happiness is, I am happy in the happiness of others. How simple. But how it is possible? I said, I go and attend marriages of everybody. So the happiness of every marriage is mine, remaining theirs. See? The question is not whose marriage, are you happy or not, that is important. How does it marry, who gets married to whom? Isn't it? And how many times, it makes no difference. Therefore, when you are living in this world with this understanding, that we are all the expressions of the same truth. There is no competition, there is no jealousy. And really our strength, our potentiality is wasted in these areas. Suppose you are pumping the waters up on the top of your house, but you are being a holy person, your pipe is also holy. And when you are putting the pressure, the water will not be able to reach according to the requirement because the holes will leak away the waters on the way. In the same manner, our potentiality gets wasted in these wrong channels or wrong holes of jealousy, greed, frustration, and all negative things in our mind. And to remove that, important thing is educate the mind. Be attentive. How do we start? First, start with a suppression of the mind. No, but they say it is bad. Yes, it should be bad. That is the way we have to start. But after suppression, educate the mind and convert the suppression into sublimation and grow wise. Suppose I get a thought, I should go and give a punch to this boy. It's not good. But no, but I feel like giving punch. Then suppress yourself. Then educate. What educate? If I give him a punch, he will put me into 3 pieces. So, in bargain, I will be the loser. So, it is better that I don't punch. See? Therefore, whenever we are wanting to invoke this positive attitude, we have to constantly educate our mind. educated mind is the mind of a wise man. And who is the wise man? Gatasuna gatasunshcha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise men are those who do not grieve for the one who are dead and for the one who are still living. This is Bhagavad Gita. I am not telling from my head. Gatasuna gatasunshcha nanu shochanti pandita. We get frustrated, isn't it? I remember in Bombay, one Gujarati house I went for food. Only for that I go. After the food was over, then I was ready to leave. Swamiji, our Dadi Ma is in the next room. Will you please go and bless her? No, किसी का नमक खाया नहीं कैसे? I said, okay. And that is my profession, blessing people. But what is blessing? Till date I have never understood. I don't know what is the meaning of blessing. Blushing I know. Blessing I don't. Okay. So I went, and in that next room, that old lady was in coma for last 6 months, and the nurse was standing there. And when I looked at her, and then at the nurse, and I asked, Mama, what is the thing? Swamiji, she is in coma for last 6 months. Then the other people were watching me. So I took her hand of that coma lady, not the nurse. I have started looking at your faces. I am not that chota. So I took the hand of that old lady, and nobody knows what I am doing. Actually, I was doing nothing. Because I don't know what to say. Should I say die? Or should I say revive? If she dies, it is a sin on me. If she revives, they will be miserable. You can see my tragedy. These are my tragic points. So after the drama, Bhagwan sab trip karega. He is every time available for all problems. He will take care. What care he knows? Why should I worry? I will tell you one simple principle to remove the negativities from mind. Never solve somebody else's problem. This is the most negative thing in life. About this, I will tell you one example. I was in Hamburg, and we went for, that harbor, and we went for a boating. So one Amma was with me, and we had a nice cup of tea. I take black tea. So I took in a wine glass, so it matches with others, So I took that. Then she took her coffee, and she asked, Swamiji, how is your tea? I said, it is fantastic. I said, how is your coffee? Oh, Swamiji, it's very dirty, it's cold, and it is not properly done. I said, then ask him to give second one. No, Swamiji, they normally don't give because it is already prepared in a thermos and they can't give. I said, why do you solve his problem? You solve your problem, don't solve his problem. Swamiji, what are you telling? I said, yes, you go, and or else I'll go. No, I'll go. And she went and told, the coffee is not good. Oh, I'm so sorry, madam, I'll prepare separately and give you. And he prepared fresh and gave. I said, Mama, 10 euros. See, this negativity is inhibition. We go on imagining, like some people tell Swamiji, we want to call you, but we feel that you are disturbed. Thank God, don't call, don't think about me, think about you. It's important. And once you take this attitude, you will see inhibition, wrong thinking, frustration, everything will disappear. And you will be always available, 100% every moment. Be attentive. 100% presence every moment is living in tune with the divine. Because we cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the future. And when we live only in the present, we live as consciousness. We don't live as mind. Mind cannot survive without the past and the future. See, you ask somebody, Hanji, Gupta ji, how is life? Tell something about you. Sit down. 3 generations before, my Dadaji was selling chana in Kabul. My God, shuru ho gaya. See? And how long he will talk? Till now, then I came to you and you asked me, and then I asked you. Okay, then the moment you come in the utter present, you have nothing to talk. See? And we have nothing to talk, you have transcended the relativity. And thereby, invocation of the divine blessing of the mother is always remaining in utter present. Living in the utter present is presence. Presence with the past tense and the future tense is called as the present tense. And when we live in tenses, we live in tensions. But when we start living only in the present, what happens? Mind disappears. In the disappearance of the mind is the manifestation of the conscious existence. That is the invocation of the mother's grace or blessing in our life. See? I received an SMS. Everyone likes somebody sweet. Everyone likes somebody cute. Everybody likes somebody smart. That's why I know why people are after me. Now see, when we hear a joke and laugh, not understand. If you understand joke, you will write the notes. And if you really experience the meaning of the words, you blast into laughter. And whenever you laugh, you are in the present. When you laugh, you are nobody. And all of us are miserable as somebody. See? Just see, observe yourself. The other day somebody asked me the same question. Swamiji, normally my mind is all right, but whenever I sit for meditation, all dirty thoughts come. Why? I said, it is because of meditation. Don't do meditation. Don't do meditation. No, not like that. Everybody says we have to do meditation, but why dirty thoughts come? Do dirty thoughts come in your mind? I said, I don't have to sit for meditation. They can come anytime. Why I sit for meditation for getting dirty thoughts? They can come anytime. No, please help me. I said, look here, I will not help you. You have to help yourself. Don't be a weakling. Don't be a creeper. You discover. Then you will come to know. Every thought is born to somebody when you have become somebody. In your deep sleep, you are nobody, no thoughts, no worries, only bliss. So what is the blessing of the Divine Mother? Remaining cheerful and happy. When you get a blessing, do you feel uncomfortable? क्या हो गया? जब से blessing मिला, खुजली लग रही. खुजली goes with the blessing, doesn't come. So, invocation of the mother's blessing is ultimately this. You will remain happy not because of your wife, but in spite of your wife. That is bliss. That is happiness. And that is the mother's grace on you. See? And for that, you are all lucky to be married. You don't have to go to Himalayas to do tapasya. Isn't it? For you, the tapasya means where you are applied with heat. Tap, isn't it? From the same word, tapa. So, you remain happy with your wife, you are the Mahayogi. You don't have to do anything. You remain contented with your dumb husband, you are a Mahayogini. See, you don't have to do anything. Therefore, friends, invocation of this mother's blessing is let the bliss of the mother express through us under every situation. That is the blessing. Never go and ask the mother, Mama, Mama, I want that, I want that. Don't do that. Let every action express the mother through you. And what is mother? Among all the kinds of love which is expressed in our scriptures, Vatsalya. Vatsalya is the love of a mother for her child, is considered to be the highest form of love. And to express and experience that Vatsalya, be attentive, you don't have to be a mother, you don't have to be a woman, you can be a dadiwala and yet you can be a mother. Mother is not a physical structure. See, I receive a number of times, emails, dear mom, so I write them, Dadi wali mom ka ashirwad. See, what is required is let that mother express through us, through every word, through every action, through every thought. Rather than asking anything, let us express everything as bliss. And when this happens, we have invoked the mother's blessing. And then what we have done, what sadhana we have done? First, remove the negativities, only two. Give up dependence. Second, discover self-confidence. Third, this power can be a creative force if supported by wisdom. And for the invocation or discovery of the wisdom, study of the scriptures, satsangatve nissangatvam nissangatve nirmohatvam is essential. And thus, on the both sides, we develop simultaneously our spiritual practice of study and discovery and inquiry. And second, on the matter side, on the Prakriti side, we have the self-control and the complete control over all the faculties. When these two things happen, the mother will start expressing through us. The problem of the mother. The other day when I was in Kailash Manasarovar, when I was walking, I saw Lord Shiva and Parvati ji sitting. And Lord Shiva was little bit, lost in worries. So Parvati ji said, hey, what happened to you? They were talking in English. What happened to you? No, I am worried these days, because everybody is becoming spiritual. Now, if everybody becomes spiritual, how the world will continue? So the mother, Parvati, said, you don't worry, I'll take care. All husbands have this notion that they are wiser than the wife. So, what will you do when I have failed? Don't worry, I'll take care. But let me know. Mother said, I will put a virus in their head. All the spiritual people. What virus? They will start an organization. And thereafter, the samsara begins. See? Therefore, friends, let us have a perfect balance. Our spiritual life allows the divinity in us to be recognized by us. And our material pursuit does not become a burden on our own life. When these two things are perfectly balanced, we have invoked the blessings of the mother. So, one side is self-discipline. Second side is study and discovery of the truth. And the third thing is don't tell anybody, but practice in life. Normally what happens, the disease of Vedanta is the moment you study Vedanta, you start a poultry farm inside and outside. We just can't keep quiet. So let us practice and discover our blessings in every walk of our life. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. After this, I was told there will be a question answer session, so I'll ask you questions. It was never mentioned that he will ask question and I had to reply them. Thank you very much for listening.